In this video, we are going to learn how you can find new prospects that look just like your ideal clients. So whether you sell maybe into a very specific niche, maybe you only sell to local bakeries, for example, or even if you sell to lots of different industries, you might still have a list of ideal clients across your client base. And now you want to target companies that look just like those ideal clients. That way you can say, hey, look, we delivered this work for this company that's just like you guys. Now we believe we can do the same for you. So to execute with this play, we are going to use 3 different tools. The first one is called a lookalike database. Now, a lookalike database is pretty self-explanatory, but basically what it does is it's going to create you a list of lookalike companies based on a list of companies that you input. So the way it works is you have, let's say we want to find marketing agencies. We would put in a list of 3 or 4 company websites that are all marketing agencies, and our lookalike database is going to generate a list of thousands of other companies that look just like those companies, and so in theory should all be marketing agencies. Now in this example, we're going to be using ocean.io. You could also use companyenrich.com, PandaMatch, or TamTam, but in this case, we are working with Ocean. So in this example, let's say we are a company that is targeting specifically sales tech platforms. So software that are sales tech based and they are sold to sales departments. And Ocean.io or these types of plays generally are really good for targeting niche audiences. A lot of the time, we're going to be building our lead lists in something like Apollo or LinkedIn. But the problem with these tools is that they are quite limited from a filtering standpoint. Yes, they have industry search filters that you can apply. But in the case of Apollo, you have one filter for computer software. It's called the computer software industry filter. But even that isn't 100% accurate because that pulls in a ton of companies that are like IT consultancies, recruitment agencies that are recruiting for software roles. And it definitely doesn't have sub-SaaS categories like sales tech. So in this case, when we want to target specifically sales tech companies, we're going to jump into Ocean to do that. So I'm going to input a list of sales tech tools. We're going to start with outreach.io. We'll do salesloft.com and we'll do Apollo. I think it's .io. Yeah. So now our lookalike tool is analyzing the 3 websites that we have input here, and it's pulling up our list of lookalikes. Now I can see right away, these are all sales tech tools because I know all of these tools, but we can just check them out. So let's check Gyan.ai, run and scale your revenue with AI. Perfect. InsideSales.com, the website name is a bit of a giveaway, but we should be in the right track here. Enterprise sales engagement platform. Perfect. Ebster, conversation intelligence, relationship intelligence, revenue intelligence, deal management. Yeah. Perfect. And we have a full list here of 9,996 results. Now, not all 9,996 of these are going to be sales tech platforms because the way this works is Ocean has a huge database of companies and it's basically matching keywords from the websites that you input here versus the keywords that are on the websites in its database. So again, it's not going to be 100% accurate, but you do have a lookalike score in the column here, and you can actually filter by the score itself. So we can go to show advanced options here, and we can adjust the lookalike setting. So we're going to adjust it in this case to very high. So we want a score of 85 and above. And now our list is going to shrink from 9,996 to 1,996. And this is going to be our most accurate list. So we've got almost 2,000 companies here. So now that we've got our companies, we need to find the individuals that work in these companies that we want to target. So the next step is to do the following. Now we can find individuals that work at these companies straight through Ocean. However, we don't usually do that because their data isn't going to be as good as some other data providers that specialize in people data. So instead, what we want to do is we want to take our list of companies, import it into Apollo, and then run a people search against those companies within Apollo. So this is how we do that. We're going to select all the companies in our list. We could either select all or we could just select page. In this case, we're just going to select the first page, which is 50. We're then going to click export selected and download as a CSV. Save as CSV. Our CSV is now ready to download. And the next thing we need to do is we need to grab the list of domains from this CSV. So we're just going to open it up in Google Sheets. Perfect. Now we have our list of domains. Now what we need to do is we need to get these companies from the CSV sheet into Apollo. So all we do is we're going to copy the column with all of the domains in it. So now we're going to jump over into Apollo. We're going to go to companies, and then we're going to click this drop down here for company, and we're going to click include, exclude list of companies. Then all we do is paste in our list of 50 domains. You can paste up to 10,000 domains in here at a time. So you can do pretty big searches in one go. We're just going to click save and search. It's going to bring back our list of records in Apollo. And now we need to switch over to a people search. So we're going to go across, click people here, search for the job titles that we want. So let's say we now sell to anyone in tech at these companies. We're going to click on job titles. We're going to search for software engineer, CTO, and developer. Very good. Now we've got our list of leads. We have 643 leads. The next thing we want to do is we now want to export these leads. So we've got our list of leads in a CSV file, and then once they're in a CSV file, we can do whatever we want with them. We can add them straight into our sequencer. We could add them to Clay first for some additional enrichment. But the important thing is we get them from Apollo into a CSV file and turn them into an actionable format. So for that, we're going to switch over to exportapollo.com. And within exportapollo.com, if you're not familiar, this is basically an Apollo scraper. It's super easy to use. All we need is the Apollo URL for our search. So this is our search, 643 leads in total. We are going to grab the URL from up here. We're going to switch over to Export Apollo. We are going to name our list, and we're going to paste in the Apollo link here. We're going to give the number of contacts, 643. Get extracted, and then we just click scrape. I'm not going to scrape because I don't want to waste credits on something I'm not actually going to use. But you'll click scrape. It's going to take 10, 15, 20 minutes to process. It's then going to email you the CSV file with the lead list in it. And that is all for today's video. Hopefully this has been useful in helping you learn how you can find prospects that look just like your ideal clients.